Perfect. See, guys. So let me tell you a few things. So today, I'll open my presenter. So let's follow this. So the name of the workshop which we scheduled today is large language model. Large language model. So it is branch of AI. Branch of AI. So if you have complete zero knowledge about AI, so it's a little hard to understand in mid of the sessions. But now I'll try to explain each and everything from beginner level to expert level. All right. And also we do have one practical. So most of the students, I feel sometimes like fresher category. So what we do, I created each and every point documented and documented. I will share all the slides to you, and trust me, end of the sessions you're going to be expert in LLM part. All right. And my admin share the link to you so you can share to your friends and they can also join today's workshops. Let's start today's sessions. And so the durations of this workshop is going to be 2 hours. So I want you to be please attend this and please listen. And I try to cover many technical part, not so in technical part means we covered a theory and practical as well. All right. And duration should be 2 hours. It's recorded and it's live in YouTube. And also if you miss any sessions, you're also going to be covered later part. And so the first one, we covered theory, the concepts, and then we start working on practical. Then we start working on practical. All right, guys. So I try to cover each and everything in detail. So I want you to be please. Any questions? 6 year. See, guys. And also, there's a big thing I wanted to highlight. So, Mr. Nari, so I want you to. We discuss everything later. So, any questions and everything, any questions we will discuss at the end. At the end. All right. So please stay with me and we discuss everyone. I'll unmute you. You can also speak with me and we understand today's workshops. So please, I want you to focus on the slides. So we're gonna, okay, so let's start. It's time up so that everybody can log in. And I appreciate for your joining and welcome to NIT once again. So the first thing, let's come back to the topic. What exactly agenda? So I do work one of the projects in LLM with Azure. And so there's a few pointers I mentioned. If you notice, what is large language model? Second one, how does LLM works? And in LLM, what is LLM tokenizers, LLM embedding? What is transfer learning? What is attention? What is meant by pre-training and fine-tunings? So we need to understand each and everything. And then third one, and the third one is comparison of LLM and pricing and key steps of LLM. What is data curations, model architectures, training at scale? And the fifth point, why we call large in large language model. And in there, we understood prompt design, what's meant by prompt design, and what is meant by few shot learning and zero shot learning. And next, we introduced to the practical, how do we open key generate in OpenAI APIs. And we introduced to LangChain today. And the eighth one, we explored the data sets and we connect the data sets to LangChain. This is practical. And what are the top LLM models we have right now? These are buzzwords which everybody talked about, large language model. And we also discuss about frequency asked questions and trending LL applications versus real time. And I'll also share some of the link to this one. So just give me, I hope understand this is decent contents. And trust me, once you listen each and every point step by step, so the concepts is pretty clear. I hope you can hear me well, and I hope you can see the screen, which I'm sharing right now, and all those things is good. So can we go ahead to the next one? Yes, team? Yes, all clear. Fantastic. Let's go to the first point. All right. All right. So next one. So I will talk about one by one. So what is large language model? Every one of us is aware of popular and powerful AI. So because when I ask to ChatGPT, so everybody knows, isn't it? Everyone know. But when I say LLM, they think it's very technical, isn't it? This sounds like very technical. So this is ChatGPT is one of the LLM applications created by OpenAI organizations. Very simple. So LLM applications, ChatGPT is one of the LLM applications. Yeah, yes, Naveen, you get all the recording. All right, no need to worry. Okay, so any questions you can chat, but at the moment, so please don't type any questions, and I'll give you access. So that's what this session is all about. And I sometimes I off my video so that you can concentrate on the practical and all the part guys slides. All right. So it's a recording, so you'll get all those things. So let's introduce. Every one of us know about ChatGPT and every company utilizing its power and every software tools powered by it. So what exactly ChatGPT gives us, guys? It can generate answers, debug code, summarizes text, etc. But do you know how exactly it's powerful? Because it's a ChatGPT powered by one of the popular language model, GPT-4. Initially it was powered by 3.5, so we have few versions and I'll explain all those things. GPT-3, this was first versions, and GPT 3.5, the which we call GPT 3.5 turbo, and then right now GPT 4. So these are not a free versions, these are the paid. So I will show you how to generate all these API keys using OpenAI website. So let's discuss. And before I go back, let's see what exactly large language model is. A large language model is AI system designed to process and understand natural language such as human speech text. Okay. So in the time being, let me off the video and let's continue so that you can focus on the class as well. All right, guys. Just one moment. Okay. So let's focus on the slides. So I don't want to be, you need to be more dedicated to what learning. So a large language model is an intelligent system designed to process and understand natural language such as human speech and text. So it is type of AI that is trained on massive data sets of text. So what exactly I'm saying? So it is trained on massive amount of text data. So, when we talk about machine learning, a developer we trained on the data set. So maybe the data set size is 1 GB, or maybe the data set size is 512 MB, because we know that's what we called as labeled, isn't it? When we say NLP, we trained some text, all right? When we say CNN, we trained image and neural network feed those images at convolutions, and then we have guys, convolutions, max pooling, flattening, and fully connected layer. We have all those things. But when we say LLM, we never trained, and this, I mean, it is self trained from different internet websites. I will tell you, internet websites and um, many articles, and there's a many articles and big data sets. So all those things we discuss in depth later, but in this moment, so these data sets can be anything from books, articles to websites, dictionaries, and social media posts as well. Social media as well. From social media as well. So this is what we call self-trained. So next one. So this is, a user trained, I mean, to the model, user train the data to model. And this one also, same thing. This is called self-trained. All right. Next one. So the LLM learns statistic relationship between words, phrases, sentence in the data sets, because that's what I'm every time says. because we learn from school, colleges, and all those things, guys. But how exactly we learn school call I mean we learn languages from your parents, from schools, from colleges, from everything, isn't it? I mean, from parents also teach us. So how exactly the model trained? So those things we understood. So large language models are trained on massive amounts of text data, often include the entire internet and all the thing. All right. So next one, how does LLM work? So there is a four important topic we try to discuss today. And then first one, LLM tokenizer. Next one, LLM embeddings. Next one, transfer learning. Next one, attentions in LLM. And the next one, pre-training. So this is all technical. If you knew natural language processing, then this concept is easy. So when you never learned NLP before in depth, so I will post the previous workshops which I explained in NLP. So I want you to watch it and then you can watch this video. Understood, team? So next one. So what is LLM tokenizer? So this is large language models. How does it works? Okay. So the I will mention this 4 points: LLM tokenizer, and then we go to this one as embeddings. I mean, first we covered LLM tokenizer. Let's go to this part. Split. Okay, now we have one sentence. This is what sentence. Today is a beautiful day outside. So close. Split the sentence to text or subword, which converted to IDs through lookup table, and further, each ID is present in the entry in embeddings. So that means in technical, each and every word we called as a token or words. So do you see today is split into today is a beautiful day outside. Understand? Or maybe what is meant by, I mean, in tokenizations, we know unigram, bigram, trigrams, all those things. It was part of NLP. So LLM is advanced. So to learn NLP, so you must need to know NLP, what to work. Yes, guys, you already done that. Yep. So, and what exactly happens? So these words is convert to numbers, and so that's called all about. So that's what we're saying here. Split the sentence to text or subword, which are converted to IDs through lookup table. Further, each ID is represented an entry in embedding metrics. So what is embedding metrics? We what to vector. So we have a few word embedding techniques like in NLP, if you learn, like we have word to vec and BOW, bag of words, TF-IDF, and word to vectorizations. We have many of the concepts, and which I already explained before, so you can watch that. Or maybe once you get into if I covered NLP sessions in the classes, I will cover each and every topics there. Okay. So next one. So NLP, I mean LLM tokenizers is split into three part. So the first one is byte pair coding, and second one word piece, and the third one sentence piece. So let me tell you, I'll explain slowly so that everybody can understand. And if you possible, you can make a note also. See, this is for learning sessions, and I want to explain each and everything with example so that things would be pretty clear. All right. So the next one. So what is BPE encoding? For example, if you notice this, recursively merges the most frequent pairs. What's mean by that? Look at this, deep learning engineer. So how many words, team? How many tokens? This is sentence. How many tokens we have? Reply. So we have three tokens: deep, learning, and engineer. We have three tokens, isn't it? So when we have three tokens, now I will convert each and every token. So if you notice this, what are letter? So the letter we have DEEP. So E is do two times. So I mentioned one. P, learning. LAE already we have. So we already counted A. So LARNING. I hope understand, guys, what we done right now. So we make each and every token into pieces. So, and we remove the duplicates. If you notice E, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we don't need to mention 6 times. So we need to make all these repeated, characters to single. So here, this is what. So my questions to you. So finally, these words, I mean, these tokens or these sentence built from these vocabulary or not, team? Isn't it? So these words or these sentence creates from these letters and these vocabularies. Now, if you notice one thing, so what is the frequency? Let's compute the frequency of each and everything. So here, D, DE frequency is 1, EP frequency is 1, and LE frequency 1. And you can compute like that. But which has highest frequency? In. So do you see deep learning in, this is one time and this is 2 time, and EE, this is 1 time and this is 2 time. So team, I hope understand. The BPE means also like sometimes. Yeah. So we'll discuss all those things. So what exactly happened? So byte pair encoding, isn't it? So we have like byte pair, didn't it? So this is, we talked about the pairwise now. So BP, deep learning engineer, divided into 3 words. We initialized vocabulary into all individual characters. Each character divide by space. Then it compute with most frequent characters, which herein repeats 2 times. In this one, EE repeats 2 times. And then, so what exactly happened? If you, just 1 second, look at this one. So in this case, we have each and every character is 1 time. Now, if you go to the next slide, in, we add the frequencies at the end. And the next one, what is it, repeats 2 times. And the next part is EE. Now, similarly, whatever we have frequency, we keep adding that at the back. So each character divides. So let's merge the group into vocabulary and next repeat the process. So merge the token, calculate the token, and keep add to the vocabulary and keep doing till we reach the desired vocabulary. So manually, my questions to you, if I give you one newspaper or paragraph and I tell you to do manually, is this possible? Is this possible? So team, do you understand what exactly we explained till now? I hope everybody is clear. So that's what manually these things we can't do. So that's the reason we try to introduce using library called Hugging Face. All right. So this is what BPE encoding. Next one, word piece. So I hope everyone clear. Just give a quick confirmations. BPE encoding. So very simple. First concepts we started as what is LLM, and we also get into that and how does LLM work so far. And then we talk about this one and BP encoding. And the next one we talk about clear. Good. Excellent. All right. Good. Next one. Word piece. So does guys, my voice is low. Are you, can you hear me or not? Does my voice is low? Can you give low? Voice is clear. No, sound and clear. Your voice is low. All good. A bit low, but all is clear. Just 1 second. 1 second, guys. I hope it's better now. Voice is clear and loud enough. Very good. Clear me. So, guys, I think you need to check your side, and I don't find it's very low. It's clear. It could be with the recipient internet. Yes, hi. Yes, Adi. Voice is loud and clear. Yes, okay, now perfect. Please continue. All right, good. So the next one, what is the next one, team? So the next one we have, good morning. All right, so what is the next one? Word piece. So in BPE, what we learned, we understood the frequency, isn't it? In BPE, we understood the frequency of the pairing words, and we merge at each and every vocabulary and continue the process. Vocabulary and continue this process. and continue this process, isn't it? So this is what we do. This is what we do. Just one moment. Just 1 second, guys. Just 1 moment. Okay, let's start now. So here, slideshow from current slide. So what is word piece? BPE, byte pairs encoding, which is frequency of each and every vocabulary. But in this case, what we do, word piece, we don't choose frequency, we'll choose maximum likelihood. What is maximum likelihood? I mean, if you remember the slideshow from current slide. So maximum in the training data equal to pair probability. So in naive Bayes, to find out the Bayesian, I hope you in machine learning. So as I said, to understand LLM, you need to be very clear on machine learning algorithms and NLP part. So if you don't know before, so you have to be attend the classes and then you can understand. So the next one is maximum likelihood. We have few kind of probability in naive Bayes. Like I mean, we know Bayesian theorem and maximum likelihood and log likelihood. All those things we have. So it gives you maximize likelihood of the training data is equal to pair probability by token probability. In BPE, we got frequency, but in word piece, we will use probability frequency. For example, if we have tokens, we can find out the pair probability divided by individual token probability. So this is deep learning engineering. So what happens if you see in EE, we've got frequency 2, but in word piece in EE, we got probability. The word probability is 0.11. So that's what all about word piece. Next one. Check, guys. Many people say sound low, but I don't think so. So I want you to check your microphone or maybe system. So it's not my issue. I hope it's pretty clear. Let's continue. And I'm okay. The two part we done. So I'll mention the few points here. So LLM tokenize, we done the word frequency and frequency. I'm sorry, in BPM, right, guys? In byte pair encoding, in BPM, which is frequency, and in word piece, we compute the probability of frequency. Done. Next one, sentence piece. What is sentence piece? In sentence piece, okay, we go here. In sentence piece. So assume you want to apply BP encoding to some of the other languages called Japanese and Chinese. So can you check this, guys? In Japanese and Chinese, you don't have any spaces, isn't it? In Japanese and Chinese, you don't have any spaces. So when you don't have any spaces, you need to implement different pre-tokenized such as languages. Okay. So team, just give me one moment. Okay. I hope many of them say voice is low. Just one moment. I will change this setup. One moment. Give me 1 second, please. Oh, it's fine. Then that's okay. That's okay. All right. So I put on max. Okay. So I think they have to put on max. It's 50% slow to usual days. Is it? Jackie said. Oh, so just one moment. So I think from my side, I don't have any issues, but hi, Cyrus, how are you? Yeah, good. Yeah, unmute you. So is it fine, Cyrus?
Hi. Yes, I'm fine, sir.
Yeah,
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Yeah. So
Sir, I
many
think
of
the
them.
problem would be with the people not hearing your clear voice. Maybe one of your wireless devices like headphones or
Hmm.
or AirPods or anything is connected to your laptop with a wireless connection. So that's why your voice
No,
is
no,
kind
no.
of a dividing into two devices, maybe.
Is it? No, I
Most
think
likely.
it's no. Are you able to listen me clear?
I can hear it clearly. I can hear it very
There's no
clearly.
issues, right? Yeah.
No.
I tried signing out and signing, then it worked. Good voice, clear. It is very clear. Okay, thank you. No, for me, it's clear for me as well, but I don't know. It's very clear. Okay. Now, see, guys, when you sit on some of the, when you try with some of the band work, then it would be an issue. So I hope it's fine from my end. Okay. Okay. That's fine. Sorry, guys. All right. So what we do now, so I hope discuss in word piece, we done the probability of the frequency. The next one, sentence piece. So in the sentence piece, for example, when we see some other languages like Japanese and Chinese, you don't have any spaces in that sentence. So we need to implement different pre-tokenized such languages. So for example, so what we do, the sentence piece tokenizer try to solve this issue by treating input text as character, white space included in it. So you know about unigram tokenize. So for example, when we have in this languages, you don't have any spaces on it. So on that case, we need to introduce sentence piece tokenize. So what exactly sentence piece tokenize? So when you say deep learning engineer, assume you have a spaces here, isn't it? So this space is also considered as a placeholder for these languages, guys. So what I'm trying to say, so when some of the other languages sentence piece, if no space in any sentence, so that's why we can use sentence piece as a sentence piece as a place, I mean, tokenizer for them. So I hope understand. So there's a three type of tokenizers we discuss. And the first one we covered BP encoding, which compute the frequency, word piece, which compute the probability of frequency, and sentence piece, which it stored the placeholder and make a spaces and result output after apply sentence piece token, as you can see, underscore before setting tokens placeholder for space, which compared to BP or word piece tokenizer. So the topmost, I hope you heard about, there's a few. When you work with sentence a piece, there is a library called P5, and then Alberta, and then we have Robota, etc. So these concepts we use in sentence tokenize. So the first concept, which is clear, and that thing is LLM tokenizers we done. Next, go to the LLM embeddings. What is LLM embedding? In the context of large language model, so for example, in the embedding, so when I say France, France, there's a two word like Paris and India. So which is most, vector, which vector I need to go connect with that? So France is connect to the Paris, not India, isn't it? So that means this is what exactly in the context of large language model, embeddings are vectors stored in an index with the vector databases. So as you told, you need to be remember that like for data science, unstructured data we call SQL DB, and for unstructured data we use NoSQL databases. For large language model we can use vector database, vector DB. So because embeddings are a way to store data of all types, including images, audio files, why vector database is very famous, and it's not, it's stored images, audio files, text, documents, etc. in number array called vectors. The most efficient way, the most efficient way to store a vectorized index is a vector database, also sometimes referred as a vector as a store. Unlike traditional databases that store informations in rows and columns, so vector databases use an algorithm to index the vectors. So there's a very popular concepts in vectorized database, which is RAG, retrieval augmented generations RAG. So mathematically, so let me tell you, you has to be I mean NLP should complete, then only you understand these concepts, because we have a separate concepts called word embedding. So that is we need to understood using Gensim library. We done the practical in the classes. So as this is workshops, I'm not going to take, I'm for like 4 hours, 5 hours. But anyway, so in vectorized database, functions approximation is used to look, yeah, similar vector to the query. This process called RAG, which is retrieval augmented generations RAG. So in vector databases, we use the most popular concepts is RAG. All right. So that's what we say, retrieval augmented generations. So mathematically, embedding space on latent space is defined as manifold in which similar items are positions closer to one another than less similar items. It will give you the similarity. Similarity, I mean to say, when we talk about India, so it's close to, similar to Delhi, but not for UK, isn't it? So it will create the vector spaces of this text, and it found the similarity matching. That's the work of word embedding, guys. All right. Next one. So if you never a non-technical, anyone here from non-technical never been any in machine learning or AI before, me hard to understand, but anyway, you need to be get back to the classes to get into things. Now transfer learning, this is very important. So the what is transfer learning? In the transfer learning, you have three concepts, guys. Transformers. What are the transformers we have? So neural network architectures that uses attentions mechanism. So attentions mechanism, we have three type of transformers: encoder, decoder, encoder to decoder. So if you know neural network, we have a model called sequence to sequence model, because when you feed this for text and it stored the previous output data. All right, so we not lose any kind of content in next epoch. So that's what we say. So here neural network architectures that uses attentions mechanism, so it learns dependency from different elements of a sequence based positions element. So encoder decoder, it's combination. What is encoder? So encoder translate tokens into semantic meaning representations. But what is decoder? Similar to encoder, but does not allow self-attentions with the future elements. All right. So here in in transformer learning, so here in transformer, we have three type of them, which is encoder, which is decoder, and then encoder to decoder. So this is what we done, guys. All right. So the next one. So the next one. Okay. Okay. Next slide. You know what are the list of transformer we have? So the list of transformer which we have is one hot encoding, dot product, matrix multiplications is table lookup, first order sequence model, second order sequence model, masking, rest stop, on off ramp, attentions in metrics. So these are all the list of the transformers we need to understand for this AI. So we have softmax, multi-head attentions, single head attentions, skip connections, multiple layers, cross attentions, tokenizing, byte pair, and all those things. This is different topics. Each and every transformers are different topics. All right. So the next one. So let's try to understand this one. So attentions, this is very important, and a huge, what exactly mean by attentions in LLM? So we attentions in LLM. In attentions, so one word has multiple meaning. When one word has, because as we are human being, we understood, okay, what is the meaning of the word, and then we try to connect which word need to plug in where. But how do you think the machines can understand all the concepts? So that's what the attentions in ML, in LLM. So let's do this one word, multiple meanings. For example, let's take sentence one. The first sentence I have is the bank of the river. The second sentence I have is money in the bank. So can you refer what the moment when I say bank, so whether it is referred to river or whether it is referred to money, isn't it? So these two things we must need to understand. So I mean to say that, just close them and we see. So we telling context in words. So, but how do we figure out whether the bank is connected to river or the bank is connected to money? So those things we need to discuss right now. So here, let's try to understand. I will try to give small explanations and then we come back to that. So let me go to this PDF and sorry, this slides. Okay. So first we discuss this is a big attentions we try to understood in a very basic way. So listen, there's a two sentence we have, one word with multiple, bank, safe, etc. Yeah, yes, Abhijit. So I have two sentence right now, the bank of the river, one sentence, and money in the bank. So when I say one word bank, where exactly, which context it's referring to? So that's why we try to break down into, I mean, in this first sentence, bank is river bank and money bank. All right. Now, next one. So let's try to embedding bank. Normally, what we think, guys, because being a human, so how do we understood? So bank in the river or money in the bank. So let's try to create a vector bank one, I make bank to bank one, refer to river embedding, and then bank two for money. So I modify the sentence from one original sentence, I modify to the sentences called the bank one of the river and the sentence two, money in the bank two. All those things, isn't it? So that means we embedding sentences and we modify to the sentences. Next one. But here, when I present into the vector representations of these word, so how do I represent? Let's do this. So the equations bank one equal to 90% probability it's referred to bank and 10% probability referred to river. Now you don't ask where the question, I mean, how the 90-10, I'm just for an explanations, we try to split into 90-10. And in bank two, so 80% refers to bank and 20% refer to money because bank word is 90% referred to bank word and 80% referred to bank word and 10% referred to river and money also 20% refers to money. I hope understand team everyone up to this. All right, next one. So next, when we do this, so do you know what exactly done happen here? I hope many of my students knew this. Knew this. Bhavani, it's K. Prakash Senapathi. All right. So when we talk about this one, so the bank of the river, so the bank of a river. So, we already learned that in one hot encoder and when you know the transformer. So I can split these five words into rows and columns. And when you the and they represent to one, rest of them zero. Bank and bank one. But in the first sentence, as we have bank and river, we take a probability of this river is 11%. And how exactly we got the 11? This is just for an, this is for an, for representations example, I give it to you, this 11%. And then river 0.11 and 1. So the second sentence we have money in the bank. We go to money and money one and rest of them. Let's compute money in the bank. So bank word has frequency. So that's why we changed. I mean, we make it to 25 percentages. So I mean, we interpret this number for understand the concepts. But anyway, in practical, the libraries will do for it. In the practical, the libraries will do for it. All right, next one. So what exactly we done? Similarity. Now, if you see this, guys, now we try to convert the, now the one, bank one, of one, river one. So we can, let's combine what is the maximum probability? In the sentence, we have 1 plus 0.11, which is 0. I mean, 1.11. So all these concepts you must need to be covered in NLP sessions, because we have frequency scoring, text scoring, how to divide the normalize, what are the token frequencies. Then only you get to know this, guys. So that's what, if you completely from beginner, you might not understand. So you has to be covered NLP, then you need to listen this. So the one who already, I do have many students, they completed and they're going on, and some of them done NLP, some of them working on deep learning, some of them complete ML. So you can connect with that, but no worries. So this is on YouTube, so you can watch it anytime. So the bank one, we try to join one in the bank plus 0.11 in river. And then one of one, this is one, and river, one river plus 0.1. Now, this is what we done right now is attention step. So in this attention step, I try to make into normalized step. What is normalized frequency? I mean, you have average frequency, normalized frequency, weighted frequency. We know all the math, but here the and the divided by, because 1.1 bank and 0. When we divide it by the maximum frequency 1.11, you get the normalized steps, which is 0.9 bank and 0.1 river. Okay, this is what we done for this one. And finally, this is all those things you're not going to do manually. Everything's done by your libraries. And that's what libraries we have, and that's what we need to work on this, guys. So now what happened when we have original sentence? From the original sentence, the bank river, money bank, it's converted to the probability of modified sentence, 90% bank and 10% river. And so in this case, 80% money and 20% bank. So this is what we convert the probability of each and every word. So that's why these concepts we called as single head attentions. So now when you go to this one, so this is what we mentioned. Just one moment. So attentions in LLM, simple self attentions and multi-head attention. This is what simple self attentions. And in simple self attentions, it find out the embedding of each and every token and find out the similarity probability of the word. All right. Next one. So if you click this one, we already done one of the, just one second. I'll show you some of the articles here, attentions in LLM model, one word, multiple meaning. So normally this is what it does. And in this paper, it's already I given to you in the folder. You can find out and more. It give you the probability and it compute the similarity vectors and vector probability of each and every words we can find out. All right, next one. Pre-training and fine-tuning. So what are the topics we've done right now? So let me introduce. I mean, first one, we discussed first point, and we are going on second point. In the first point, we done, and second point, LLM embedding, we continue, transfer learnings and attentions we done, and now we're going on this one, pre and fine-tuning. All right, so in pre-train and fine-tuning, let's understand this one. In pre-training GPT, for pre-train, users required 1000 into 100H tensor core GPU from NVIDIA, each with 8 GB in GPT-X. That means GPT-3, 3.5. And minimum training time is 1K, 1000 to 10,000 hours. When we build machine learning models, the model takes like, we build the model in 10 minutes because the data was limited. And we build deep learning model because the data was limited. So no GPTs, you can build the model in CPU on real time. So that's what most of the organizations, they connect with OpenAI with Azure. So that's what these API keys are clubbed with Azure Cloud. So it required large data sets, about 10th of internet. To train these data sets, cloud is must requires, guys, for 3.5. What is pre-train and what is fine-tune? For fine-tuning, required system infrastructures of 10 into 880 GB, 100 hours in cloud. I mean, data set specific format. So if you notice this too, 10,000 hours, internet, I mean, you need to spend almost like more amount for this. So fine tuning. So most of the organizations, they try to work on this open AIs and these model building LLMs. so that they spend some on the research field right now, guys. It's every organization has issue with deployment. They can create a develop, but issue with the deployment. All right. And cost is 5 to 10 for fine tuning. So I'll explain all those things in detail. So look at this graph. GPT-3 175 size memory. I mean, let's assume you need to train 1,500 words. The accuracy 60% and the price. But GPT 3.5, it's a 20 billion and 8,000 words. The cost is less than 60%. But GPT-4, this is all paid version. So right now, if you notice, we are using these versions, which is free. But GPT-4, when you migrate 3.5 to 4, it will store 25,000 words. So what exactly mean by 25,000 words? Because when you ask any questions in 3.5, you get only this much of answers. You won't get the answers which I mean in a 2 to 3 pages. But GPT-4, it give you in-depth or more explanations of the text which user prompting in the GPT prompt. So the next one. So what is fine tuning? So taking pre-trained model and training at least one model parameters. I mean to say, prompt, if you ask in three, tell me how to fine tune model, and you got this completions. But here in GPT fine tune, after fine tune, it give you in detail of each and every point it's given. So I mean, fine tune would be better than pre-train. Understand him? So that's what in ML model, in NLP model, in AI model, we tune the models, like we tune system parameters as per the user requirement. Next one, comparison of LLM and pricing. Look at this, guys. I want you to explain in detail which model comparison. So which is the provider? GPT-4, the provider is OpenAI. This is not a open source, no. And quality and fine tune, no. 3.5, it's OpenAI. This is not an open source. GPT-3, OpenAI. ADA and Curie, this is also OpenAI. So it trained 175 billion parameters and then fine tune, yes. So this one is yes, and rest of them, no. So Cloudy, which is a Cloudy models, which the provider is Entropic, and this is also open source, yes. This is also open source, yes, but it trained very less tokens, I mean, parameters. You said no. Now the next one, Command X large. So this is Cohery, and this is not a open source. But look at this, guys. This one, if you notice, there's a Google, BERT, T5, Palm, Llama is Meta AI, Control, Salesforce, Dolly 2.0 Databricks. So this is all open source, and you can do a hyperparameter I mean, fine tuning to these models. So this gives you a clarity of which, I mean, models referring to which provider or which company you refer to that. Open source, those are not a free. When you say no, it's not an open free. When you say yes, you has to, yeah, those are you can use freely. So I hope this part is clear. So we can comparison of different LLM models and pricing. All right. So again, I try to processor. To train these models, we have GPU. Look at this. Every models we trained with GPU and TPU. You never see CPU. So that's what an organization also cannot buy this much of GPU memory. So that's why mostly connect with I mean, cloud. So OpenAI is largely integrate with Azure AI. Integrate with, yeah, GPU. So you know the TPU is more greater than GPU. GPU is greater than CPU. CPU, GPU, TPU. Okay, so this is the hierarchy. So the next one. Okay, yep. So the next one is processor hours. To train, these are the processing times. Look at this, it's take more time. And so this is all, I mean, we know energy consumptions, we have all the details. So finally, we understood that these large language model, you can never train in CPU, you can train on GPU and all those things, guys. Now, let's talk about cost of different LLM over 1,000 documents. So let's do this and we understand this part. Summary. GPT 3.5 Turbo, Cloudy, and GPT 3.5 Cloudy, and GPT-4. So reporting LLM tools and summary cost per 1,000 documents. This is what pricing, $3.40 and 4.36. So maybe this number is sometimes this maybe varies because but this is the average which I considered here, 3.40, and reporting cost per 1,000 documents here, 0.30. So summary cost, this is entire 1,000 documents, but per document cost is 0.30. I will show you the practical how do we create OpenAI key generations, and total cost per 1,000 document is 7.10. Total cost per 1 lakh document is $710. So this is what pricing based on individual models like GPT-4, Cloudy, GPT 3.5, Turbo, and all those things, guys. All right. So this is what pricing factors now. So we done what is LLM and how it works, and let's discuss key steps of LLM. So I hope I know many of them. The one who already it's. I hope you understand, guys. Everybody, just give a quick response, and then we continue this one. Yes, to have a friendly response, and then we get back to the next one. What are the key steps? Okay, so Akhtar, we'll talk at the end if you don't mind. Okay, I know you raise your hands, and we can talk to the at the end. So far, yes, sir, very clear, very good, Avinash. All right, next one. Key steps of LLM. So there's a three key steps: data curations, model architectures, and training at scale. So look at this now. GPT-3, and we have so we have few things like we collect the data from, to train this LLM, we collect the data from web pages, code, conversationals, books and news, and scientific articles. We have many more things where you can train this part, guys, right? So for example, let's discuss what is meant by data curations. Let's talk about GPT curations, data curations. Okay. Now we covered one by one. Data curation is a data management both involves in the organization's cleaning, maintenance of data to ensure its usability, accessibility, and longevity. I mean, cure, how to cure the data? We clean, we maintain, we filter the raw data to clean. And where do we get all this data to train large language model? We train from internet, web pages, Wikipedia, forums, books, scientific articles, dictionaries, blogs, etc. But will you train, I mean, from these research papers? It's not going to do in other languages. I mean, what we call, guys, in AI, in NLP, and in machine learning, you can't do this. But large language model, you bring the content through the API keys. So web pages, Wikipedia. So public data sets like Common Crawl and Web Crawl, the Pile, Hugging Face data sets, and some private data sources like Bloomberg, GPT, etc. All right, guys. So how do we get all the data to train LLM model? How do we prepare the data? Quality filter. So definitely data cleaning, we know that. How do we remove low quality text from the data sets by removing noisy characters, by, just clean all the, I mean, and deduplication. Several instances of same very similar text can bias model and disrupt training. So next one, privacy reductions, because before you train to LLM, removal of sensitivity, confidential informations, because when you check in any chat GPT, you haven't find, any kind of confidential informations like your gender, phone numbers, your personal informations, you won't get. And tokenizations, I hope, translate text into numbers. So this is what we cured the data. All right, guys. So model architectures. So this is what the LLM model architectures, if you notice, input embedding, a user entered the text, and then I mean, positional encoding, add an addition normalization, multi-head attentions. Just now we talked about attention, single head and multi-head. We convert each and every, I mean, to find out the proper meaning of the words, feed forward, add norm, and we apply output probability softmax. We know that the activation functions, and finally we output embedding, guys. I mean, we pass input and we get the softmax probability, I mean, activation functions using this. So here, We discuss encoder, decoder, the sequence to sequence model. And what are the other choices we have, like residual connections, layer normalizations, normalizer. Do you remember we talked about like scaling, transformer, like convert into zeros to ones and 0 and 1, all those things. Yes, guys. So that's called, yeah. So normalizations allow intermediate training values to bypass hidden layers, and normalization rescale the values between mean and standard deviations. Yep, all those things. Activation functions, nonlinear activation functions, GELU, ReLU, Swiss, and positional embedding, self-attention positional embedding. So we already talked about this one. So let's try to understood. If model is, what is overfit, guys? If model is too big or trained too long, it can overfit. If model is too small or not trained long enough, then it will underfit. So for example, 20 tokens per model parameter, it will underfit because we train with the less content. 100x increase, it give you the model parameters, then overfit, isn't it? So when you train with low data, then it underfit. When you train with high data, I mean, more data points, it will overfit. So we have three training techniques: mixed precisions, 3D, I mean, pipeline model, and data parallelism, and all those things. All right, next one. So that's what we talked about this. So here, and just one moment. Okay. So training stability. So when you train these models to, I mean, internally, so checkpoint, it will take training and regime for the pair, weighted decay, regularizations. I hope you heard about regulations like, I mean, all the concepts we already covered in the deep learning. So that means weighted decay, gradient clipping. I mean, regularization strategy that large parameters value by adding a term, L2 norms, weights, and functions change the parameters rule. I mean, every time, yep, we change these parameters. And then hyperparameters, I mean, when we change the batch sizes to 60 million tokens and static typically and dynamic GPT-3. So parameter, it was trained with 60 million tokens, but GPT-3, it increased to 3.2 million. And learning rate, I hope in gradient descent, we covered about learning rate. These are the optimizers to reduce the loss functions to increase accuracy. And then reduce via weighted decay. Learning rate is about 10% to max value. Yep, step size. True. So optimizer. So we have few optimizers, and these optimizers, see, this is the theories, guys. But when you work on a practical, you just assign these parameters to train the model, and also you can do hyperparameter tuning. So I hope my students can understand what I'm saying, the students who already completed and the one who going on. Optimizers. I know we have many optimizers, like in LLM also we use Adam optimizers, and we change to gradient, and then we change to SGD. And dropout, why we drop out? To reduce overfitting, we need to drop out. So that's what typically the dropout, the ratio should be 0.2 and 0.5. All right, so the next one, why we call large language model, why it is large. Very simple. Large because the size and complexity of neural network, as well as the size of the data sets it was trained on, large. So researchers started to make these models large, training them huge data sets. That data comes from different sources. For example, if you see a user predict the next tokens, maybe I will try to build a practical on upcoming classes how to predict the next tokens. You pass an input text in a prompt, it has convert to tokenizer, and then LLM model, it called the API, and finally it compute the probabilities, and then it'll give you a platform. So what exactly LLM gives you? It gives you the next token probability. So the garden was full of the beautiful flowers. So for example, it will give you the next word probability. So the next one, what is prompt design in LLM? All the text that we feed into LLM as input called as a prompt. Listen to me. prompt design, all the text that we feed into LLM as a prompt. And this process known as prompt design, which is about figuring out how to write and format prompt text to get LLMs to do what users want, to do what users want. So very simple prompt means what? When we enter anything's in the, just one second. All right. So normally we enter prompt in GPT and we get output as prompt. Text itself. Using prompt, it predicts the next word of the sentence which we discuss. Right. This is also in LSTM and we can also predict using next word token probability. So zero shot learning. We have two concepts: zero shot learning. Let me tell you very simple. When there's a two sentence, you type a to the prompt. For example, write a poem about some of the style or explain quantum physics. If you try to mention just quantum physics, from the quantum physics it picks it LLM trained and will give you list of the informations. So even though I'll go to this one and I can say quantum physics, I just check this. So it give you all the detailed informations with explanations. This is what zero shot learning implement in here. Next one, what is few shot learning? In the few shot learning, now you need to skip this part, but anyway, few shot, when you give two word, it will give you output. That's it. For example, convert the text from English to French. So it additions to just providing an instructions, it will give you the only two word informations, but not elaborate. I hope understand. So what is difference between few shot learning and zero shot learning? Am I clear up to this, guys? Now, if yes, the second point, I'll go to the home page and let's try to understand, guys. And so the few points, the first one we done, second one we done, comparison of pricing we done, data curations. So let's review. So LLM tokenizers, we have BPM, word piece, sentence piece. Embedding, we have like LLM embeddings, like we convert the text to the vector using vector database. Transfer learning, we have many learning transformers we have, and in LLM we use sequence to sequence transformer. Attentions, we use self single head attentions mechanism and multi-head. I didn't explain, but right now one word has multiple meaning, so that's called attentions, which we had single. And pre-training and fine-tuning. So pre-training model train with many parameters, but fine-tune, we can change the parameters based on users requirement. We done comparison of LLM and pricing. Next, data curations, it's nothing but it's cleaning, modifying from raw to clean model architectures. So this model architectures we already done. Right now we explain, guys. And training. So what are the model architectures we have? Encoder, decoder, again we talk about this. Training at scales, we have in the training we talk about pre-training and fine-tuning. This is what we done. And finally we done the pricing. Finally we done the pricing. And I'd appreciate to spend some times to understand this one. And we also done prompt designing, and this one up to this we covered. I hope a few of my students clear. And clear, guys, can we go to the little practical now? Yes, guys. What is large language model? It was trained on large data sets like internet. From many of the papers and some of the books, dictionaries, and everywhere, right, guys? So how exact? That's what we called OpenAI, which comes from branch of reinforcement learning. All right. So next, introduce to OpenAI API key generations. So I'll minimize this, and to before you do the practical, I will try to go to the slides and okay, just one second. Chandan, I hope clear. Dipanshu clear. Chandan, Cyrus, and rest of them. All right. So next one. Good. All right. So here, OpenAI API key. So to create this from current slide and OpenAI API key generations. So today I will do the practical and after that it will be post. You can do yourself. I'll post all the practical to you and my admin will share to you as well. The first one, you need to create a login using openai.com. So how to create it? So I want to learn this. Is it any batch you're taking up? So tomorrow I will, Nikhil, I'll come back to you all those things on upcoming classes. I mean, just let me complete this practical and then we do. Okay, Nikhil? Yep. So here, how do you, I mean, very simple. I'll go to this one and I'll write openai.com. Once we log into do you see you have a login options? You can click login and once you log in, click on try chart GPT. So which I already done that. And finally, if you see the chart GPT and one moment, so this is the chart GPT. And did you see and this is my logo. You can log in after logo. You can get this, guys. All right, you can get this. So that means I log in the chart GPT in my account, in my this account. All right, clear. Now, once you've done that, you have to log in. If usage check, once you log into the chart GPT, you need to check the usage. How to check? You need to type this one beta.openai.com. So this is what I mentioned. Which one? I just mentions here platform user check limit. And one moment. In this limit, you go to one moment. I'll type it again. beta.openai.com. Okay, this one. So this is what documentations you will get here. Now I'll go to this one. First, you log into OpenAI, and then you open this one, Docs Overview. So once you beta.openai, check this. You have API keys, isn't it, guys? Now, before you click on API keys, I want to check uses and just go to this one and then uses. So practical steps, login, second one, uses, and third one, you can click on uses. And when you uses part, and I want to say as, just what is that? Uses, all right? So once you have uses, do you see increase limit? So actually, my limit is over. So my limit is over in this one. What client? I will talk back, Avinash. I mean, see what client. Okay, Avinash questions. Very simple. Let me finish this practical. I'll get back. Just remind me these questions at the end. Okay, Avinash? Okay. Now, I'll get back to you practical what client problem it will solve. So here, do you think I got the red? That means the token limit is gone. I mean, the free versions, as I said, this is not a free versions and you need to check the usage limit. Check the usage limit. All right. Once you check the usage limit and the fifth one, just go here. And so what you do now, you go to API keys. You can generate your own API keys. You can say create new secret key and you can say my test key, or you can keep it your any name like a key for LLM practical, key for LLM practical, and then create a secret key. So once we do the create a secret key, do you see the keys generated or not? Now you can copy the key and you can mention this key here, guys. So this is the API key, OpenAI secret key we generate. So I want everyone to do like this and you can work on this one. Now let's done. And this is we created on March 10 and I deleted. So cancel, revoke key. Okay, it's done. So that means even though this is the key and using this key, when you work the practicals, when you work the LLM applications, when you work LLM project, so you get error, which is rate limitations error. I'm sure you will get. So everyone will get the moment when you work with this one. What is error, guys? Rate limitations error. So once you get rate limitations error, that's what I mentioned in these documentations. I mean, just check this out. If usage limit is over, then you will get rate limit error. If you get this error, you can create your OpenAI with different Gmail account. So that's why what I done, I create the login using different account, and let me show you that. So it's a paid, guys. You, if you have, you can also paid that. So do you see this, guys? Using this, I don't have, if you compare, that's what I plot this diagram. So if you check this, this is expired and this is available. This is available. So it's a $5. I mean, it's given and it is active till June 5. And after that, I have to purchase it, guys. And we need to pay and purchase to do some future projects. For work with more token, user must need to pay to avail the service. OpenAI is not an open source. As I told you, this is not an open source. So right now, I take API key. Let's make it, but Hugging Face is free. Yeah, see, Hugging Face is free, right? But you need to work with LLM with, you cannot build the projects only Hugging Face, right? You need to integrate with other APIs as well. Yes, buddy. So that's why this is not an, and you can also connect with multiple things. Now, once we close this, I already generated my key. I copied. You can create by own key, and you check the usage, and once you check the usage, you got your limit. So that's fine. And we have an active key now. And using this key permissions, I will work my small practical and how we connect LangChain. I mean, let's introduce next one. So today we discuss how to generate API key. And if you got some rate limit error, so how do you fix that? We covered. What is LangChain? So to understand the LangChain, so I just go and let me introduce to some of the documentations. Here you can go to LangChain documentations, and then you can check this out here and introductions to LangChain. Let's start with quick start, and also you can find out this, guys. So how to set up in Jupyter Notebook? Very simple. You can try install using Conda. You can pip install LangChain and LangSmith. So there's a, you can go to the installations and introductions. Is a framework for developing applications, large language model. To create a large language applications, this is a framework we need to import uh, in your system. And then we have LangChain, we have LangSmith, and then in this way we have entity. So model outputs, agents, retrieval, input retrievals, agents, chains, more, and LangServe, LangSmith, and we have all the content is given here. And also, if you check one by one, this is the agent. So what is agent? The core idea is to use language model, choose a sequence of actions to take, and concepts, agent types, tools. I mean, very simple. I think every library has such kind of requirement. The way if you go to the NumPy documentations, Pandas documentation, scikit-learn documentations, TensorFlow documentations, Keras documentations, we have multiple documentations, and similarly, we do have these documentations. All right, guys. Now, so LangChain is a framework designed to simplify creations of applications using large language model. As a language model integrations framework, LangChain's use cases largely overlap with those of language models in general, including document analysis and multimodal things, guys. So you can also refer to this link for exactly if you learn any models in LLMs or LangChain. Now let's try to build one small practical today. And so explore the data sets. Today I have the very common data sets. I don't take it to very basic because most of them a beginner and most of them hasn't done. So here we explore one data set using LangChain and OpenAI practical. So in this practical, we use VS Code, we use VS Code and OpenAI, LangChain, Pandas, and we use one data sets called Titanic Survival, right, guys? And once we club all those things, we're going to build this. So let's escape it. And once you minimize, and let's check this one. and I want to create, let's open my VS Code. And in this VS Code, what I do, uh, I create a right click and new file. I create this one, and we say LLM dot IPY and B. Let's execute. All right. So we created, guys. So there's a three. Let me this one. Let's start. So here I try to clear all my kernel here. Let me go to, and just 1 second. So this part. Okay, let's try this. Now the three libraries I want to install this one. Let's code. And the first one, we try to install the library which pip install. You create your environment variable. So before you create, I want to practical part. So in VS Code, the first thing you need to create a environment variable or environment so that all the installations, once you, because you no need to install applications multiple times. So you need to create your own environment variables. And there's a very simple steps to create environment already I will share in this one and in the documentations only. You go to path locations by using CD. Which folders you try to install, you need to create a folder, environment folder, and then script activates. That's it. The 2 lines of code is enough to create your environment. Now, in this case, I want to install pip install. There's a few things, LangChain, and you can install this one, guys. And I already installed, so for us, it is not required. And then next one, which I have is, I need to install pip pip install OpenAI. Okay, so this OpenAI you can install. The two library is very, important. So we install LangChain and we install OpenAI because I already done. Let's execute. So this is your first step. All right, guys. I'm gonna install the two libraries in your VS Code. Clear. Now, in the meantime, so to remove any warnings, import OS and OS dot warning. Okay, so just one moment. And I can say OS, import warnings, import tab, warnings we done. And I want to ignore, filter warnings if I wanted to ignore. And I try to ignore. That's it. Now let's execute. So because due to any updations, any OS, we shouldn't, don't get any OS error. So that's what we execute this one. Clear? So very simple, you install two libraries. One is LangChain and one is OpenAI on your VS Code. And first you create your environment variable. I'll create this one as well. And before that, the first one, create environment variable. All right. Yeah. The first one, first step, second step installations. Now, next, go to the third one. So for the third one, I want to build this project. So I want to import, let's take one data set. I have one data sets with me and let me open. So go to folder and I go to NIT and then I'll take it as a workshops and wait, workshops and LLM document. Okay, these are the documents I have, and this is I have uh, pandas. Okay, Titanic data sets, guys. Okay, let me open the Titanic data sets. I hope everybody watched Titanic movie, and so definitely end of the movie, a lot of the passengers they survived, some of them died. We need to do a data analysis. Already, you must be done in pandas and all the part, but no, we don't want to do that now. But we try to understand how using LangChain we explore these data as we're going to do this. All right, guys. So what I'm going to do, I'll go ahead and this is what abbreviations of this data sets, and I'll go here and I'll clearly mention so this abbreviation survived, whether the passengers are survived or died. Passengers class, first class, second class, because while we travel somewhere, we have some first class AC tickets. Super. I mean, we have many type of classes: passenger's name, gender, passenger's age, and this is what the data sets explanations. We have passenger's ID survived. Zero means passengers died, and one means survived passenger class. One means first class, second class, third class, I mean, passenger's name, and we have gender, and then the age of the passengers, and SIB does the passengers travel with its sibling, and perk. I mean, when you talk about perk, number of parents, children's aboard in the aboard in the ship, and then tickets of the fare of the cabin. I mean, fare of the price, because every whenever you journey, so this is all the fares, and we came in and embarked. So this is what stations we have. Mohammed, we discuss. All right. So all those things we have. So let's minimize it. So we try to understood the data sets descriptions. We have small data set, but let me copy my path locations where I stored my data. So I mean to say, let's minimize, and I will, what is my folder? Okay, let's go ahead. Okay, this is what my path locations. Okay, let's copy it. And before that, I try to read, or before that lead, I wanted to, we work with data frame, right? When we work with data frame, let's do from, and I can say LangChain, and from the LangChain, and I want to experimental. And we talk about dot agents. I need to call with agents and import. Do I have pandas data frame? No, I want to create, okay, pandas data frame agents. So we create, yeah, we'll do it. So NumPy is not required in here, but all right, buddy. Yeah, so now as we work with the model in LangChain, and I can go to from LangChain, not experimental already done. I think I need to go with, wait, CH chains from LangChain LLMs. All right. So you can go to LangChain.LLMs and we can import, I can say, oh, capital OpenAI, this one, that's it. So we try to very simple as we work with the practical in a pandas framework. So very simple, we call LangChain experimental from agents, and we call this one, guys. And then I'll create the LangChain LLMs from OpenAI. Just execute. Let's check. Okay, fantastic. We done this now. All right. So what next? So the next one is now I import pandas as PD. And we done this because we're not creating an array here. So that's what I no need to import any kind of array. But now I want to set up my environment. So how to set up environment? But now I need to give the key. I need to give the key. So I have a key, and in the meantime, I will let's for 2 seconds. Let's copy the key I have here. I already noted this one. Just one moment. Okay, just go to the code now, and before that, let me create a. Let's create this one. Okay. Now we try to make OS dot environment, and then I want to create a key. For that one, I can say open AI and API. I mean, and you can create any of the objects here. So you can keys and values. And I need to copy the key here. But what is my key? No, just equal to. Okay. For 2 minutes, I just off my screen, and I'll pause screen. I copy my key, and then I will come back to you. I mean, just one moment. Also, I have key, and maybe I'll change the key later. So I just go to this part and environment variable. I created, this is what key I have. So let me copy, and I will change it later. So you can generate your own key, because or else it will not work. All right, guys. So this key is very important. See, very good questions, Chandan. So for example, when you install any key, I mean, to upgrade Tableau licensing, student license, we get a product key or not, guys? So using the product key, when you install, you get a license versions for 1 year. So keys are very important to activate, to work continuously, to not stop any work. All right. Now let's execute this one. And yep, it's working nice. So I hope we activate. Save this video. Yes, yes, you will receive this video. And then once we set up the environment, let's visualize the data. Now I call the data frame. Very good. I mean, we just data frame and we read with pandas pd dot read underscore, as I have CSV file. Let's talk the CSV file, and I will keep my path locations. Oops, sorry. So just go to here, and where is my path locations? This is my path locations. I'm copy, and let's go back to the code and apply, and this one F2 copy and dot CSV, and definitely we check this one and we get this. Okay, so Unicode error, and I need to apply R referred to raw string, and it's fantastic. df dot head of one. I mean, let's execute this one, shift enter, or maybe execute. Very good. So team, I hope you understood. We read the data frame and and now let's try to understand how do I implement this one. And you can also df.shape, you can df.shape, and this data contains 891 rows and 12 columns, isn't it? 891 rows and R read for raw string. Okay, because what is raw string you can check. And also this is because in the folder, when you read the data from the folder, it gives you like it's collections of, I mean, columns, numbers, and all the part, guys. So when you apply R, so it will remove all those things. Done. So the next one is, so we read this. Now I need to call, I hope it is done. So let's introduce LLM equal to OpenAI. Let's create an object LLM, and I want to call the agent. So create a agent equals to, and which one I already created here? Create pandas, right? So I'll go here and I mention create pandas from agent, and I call LLM because I create LLM open applications. And then we created a df, and then verb was equals to true. So this is what we create established to the agent. And let's try whether if the API case is not works well, then okay. Now wait for some time. Okay, it's done. Let me create some of the codes. Okay, cell. Okay, so very simple code we done. So we called LLM file and we call LangChain and OpenAI. And then we try to work with this one. I mean to say very simple. I'll ask agent to run, and see, very simple. It's a text, right? I'll ask one simple questions as how many rows in data, I mean in DF, in data set. I mean, I can say how many rows. I just check this one. Very simple, guys. This code is everybody you can work. And now the moment when I execute, let's check. Did you see finish chain still is in process? Okay, this is what we got the response or not. But we didn't run the code. In when you work with the machine, I mean, in data analysis, you're right. You can apply the length, because when you apply length of df, you get output as 891. But I asked to the chain stating agent.run how many rows. So it's very simple. I got my output as 18891. So that means next run, let's try. I'll ask to the agent dot and ask another questions. Let's say run. Oops, I can use as run. Team, I hope understood. So next one. Okay. And I'll ask another questions like, uh, so I go to the data set and how many, just let me open data sets here and SIB sibling. And in the sibling, we have, okay, we have few siblings, guys, because these are the siblings. Now let's go to, I will ask one small questions. How many people have more than three siblings? So here I can do this. Oops, I can type as how many people have more than three siblings. Now, very simple. So what exactly done? I asked to agent, and the agent is look up the data sets and search for me. So let's execute. I enter a text. Oh, it's working good. Survived the 30 and final answer is 30. So did you see this, guys? We got response or not? So how many people have more than three siblings? So we got output as and all this one. So final answer is 30. 30 people have more than three siblings. Now let's go to the three and let's check, is it correct, accurate answers? And you got, I mean, you get, no, this is not 13, but here, 23. Yes. So how did agent know? Yeah, so that's what all about the OpenAI, because action inputs, which is greater than three, it's count passenger's ID. All right, so let's take another one. So I mean, sibling survived 30. So you can, oh, that's what, see guys, few things we don't require data cleaning, category data also present. Yes, see, guys, it's just when you say data cleaning, what exactly the purpose to show the practical? How do we integrate LangChain to the data sets, isn't it? So that's what it is. For a basic one, we talked about this one. And for I mean, we have many more practicals and we do later. So this is what single, but let's get into more deep. And right now we have only one question. So this is called single data frame. We created how many data frames, guys? We have just single data frame. Let's work with a little bit more data frames like, okay. And I can also check df dot info functions and let's execute. This is all informations we have, 891, 891. And then I'll try as, let's create another df1 and I say df dot copy, not sorry. So we have copy and let's try this, guys. And I'll check this out. So we have df1. Let's say df1 dot head of one. All right. Oops. Head of one, and then execute this one. Team, this is what we done. So what we done, we now work with multi-data frames. While in multi-data frames, let's try. I try to work with this. I want to fill some null value. So df1, and I'll take with A's. All right. I want to fill this because in the data sets we have null values in the A's. So very simple. Let's fill with the null value df1 and then tab A's and dot, oops, I can say fill NA. All right. And I try to fill NA with which strategy, guys? I think we fill with, I hope you know this one. So this is mean strategy. So let's copy and fill NA with, so df1 dot A is we done and dot mean strategy, isn't it? So I hope mean is a function. So let's create another one. So let's check this. And now you check this out. So that means let's create a, first we work with single agent data frames. Now let's create a multi agents and multi data frames. And let's see how do we create this one. So I'll create a new codes. So let's try df1 dot is null dot sum. All right. So here, oops, just 1 second. All right. And dot sum, you can, we have is it was miss value. Now it is not done. Let's try with this one as well. So the next concept is I want to call agent equal to, let's say, because it's a create data frame pandas, and I call LLM. All right, guys, comma, and I said there's a two data frame I created, df comma df1. It's done. So when we create a df comma df1 and I apply, All right, I think let's execute. Oh, I think I need to mention what was equals to true. Let's do this. Yes, guys, we're done now. So in this one, we talk to the agent using LangChain, using help of single frame. We create only one frame, which is df. Now I'm going to create another df.data frame. We're done. Now let's try. I want to talk to the agent. So let's talk to the agent like agent.run. All right. So let's try. So I'll mention how many rows in age column. Okay, very simple. I try to ask one questions. How many rows in the age columns are different? Okay, let's check this. So what exactly it does, guys? It will check 891, but let me copy and I change column are different. So let's execute this one. Now you try this one. So it checked these conditions and might be it checking. Just wait for some time. It need to search each and every rows here. It takes some time, guys. Okay. Now wait, still it's loading. See, actually what happened when you work with GPU is mandatory as we done with small practical. So that's what I introduced to CPU. But yeah, you can also use n unique functions. Okay. Yeah. So GPU is mandatory. So that's what when you work with. Okay. Now what exactly happened, guys? It check all the conditions. I mean, it check the inbuild it internally count minus age dot count minus 177. Just wait for some time. So you'll get output. Still it's loading. We try to compute entering new agent chain, agent dot run. And I said how many rows in each columns are different. So 177 age columns are different. All right, guys. So I found one. You can easily check with that. Okay, by do your check. And let's try. I need to create. So how many DF I added here? How do you know which library, which class is called the methods? So Dinesh, I already explained you need to be everyday Python and could be latest optimized functions. Yes, oops concepts we have. There's a few things because that's what when you enrolled in my sessions, I also start oops and I explain to many of this students as well, guys. We have polymorphism and we have encapsulations, we have multi-threading and all those things. You need to be practice each and every day. All right. So now till this code, yeah, we write the file. Yeah, llm.py. No, yeah, you can write that. So it's not an issue. All right. Or it, yeah. So all those things it will be work. So could you verify and unique? It will work. It will work. All right. It will work. Next one, you'll try this. So how many data frames I created? First, I create DF. This is single data frame. Then I create DF1. Let's create another two, DF2, because we work with multiple data frames. So here, let me say DF2 equal to DF1 dot copy. All right. So DF1 is copy, and then to execute this part, and df2 and I say is a is multiplied and I create a new keys. A is multiplied, I mention equal to df1. I want to multiply the individual age to 2. Okay, so you just check this. A is into 2. So now let me done this. Okay, so we just age to 2. Now I want to create another agent equal to very same thing and same steps, and I need to llm comma llm. And how many agent we create, I mean how many objects created, guys? Df comma df1 comma df2. All right, and then we mention as, so verbose equals to true, verbose equals to true. So now let's execute. Okay, why type error? Create has, I think comma is missing here, right guys? Yep, so the comma is missing here. And now let's, okay, fantastic. Now let's do agent dot run, agent dot run. So when you run this, okay, let's apply another, add the number of columns. Now it check, add the number of columns, same in data frame. So how many I mean, we check in a conditions for DF, DF1, DF2, and ask my agent, because as we LangChain mostly deals with a text framework, so that's where we enter a text here. So you just check this out. So we try to see, Avinash, what exactly happened, guys? In, so for example, let's see, some of them ask you questions. Let's you work in a organizations, ABC. This organization has 100 client. So now, can you tell me, every day, everybody at least once or twice they will open ChatGPT, right? Now, let's assume in this organizations, there's 100 client. 100 client has reports to multiple managers, bosses, and all those things. Now, this ABC wanted to create ABC GPT. When this organization create ABC GPT, and this GPT trained from all the databases, all the tables, schemas, and multiple business entities, and talk to the everyone, and finally the GPT was built. When you built these client, they not talk to one, they directly ask a questions to GPT. So to train this GPT, they cannot work in pandas. That's a wrong question. I hope you understood, Avinash, right? So you not working in the pandas, you guys, you cannot talk to the pandas, you just get the data. You need to talking to the text with the LangChain. Understand? So did you see you can finish chained, and I hope you understood, are the number of columns in the same data frame? You get false. I know final answer. No, the number of column is not the same in all data frame. It's like a chart. You know what is LLM? Chart GPT. I'm charting to my LangChain and ask a questions. LangChain give me answers. And as we many of them beginners, so that's what we can use this. Clear team? I hope understand. Yes, Chandan, Avinash, everybody. Okay. When can I get recording? So recording, you will get it by tomorrow. It's live in YouTube. So team, I hope understand, because very simple, ask you questions. Are the number of columns same in data frames? Now you can say no, because number of rows, columns not same in all data frame. No, the number of this is what change. So that means we try to done some practicals with the LangChain, with the pandas, and where it could be, I mean, you're mostly connected with this one. So in upcoming, we do have many practicals, and we try to introduce a hugging phase. We try to introduce, this is what we have in internally embedding transfer working exactly. All right. So I hope understand, guys, this one. As many times I give this example, in automated car, the shelf, all gear shiftings are done automatically. When you say how, that means can you answer me how exactly happens? Similarly, when you implement LangChain, inbuild the agents, the entities, I mean, all those things works in the backend, guys. I hope understand. So I will share this practical. These are small practicals to introduce to combine LangChain and OpenAI. But trust me, if you entered the wrong OpenAI keys, then definitely you can't execute this one. So the main aim of this project is how I talk to the chart, how I talk to LangChain and agent.run. I talk to the agent. Agent can call the review the data frame inside and give me the output. That's what we chart GPT. It's a large language model applications of text. All right, guys. So this is what a simple practical, and I will share this to you. You can also work. So the next, get back to the, I'll don't take much time. I hope understood. So can the agent add a few records to add? You can try, definitely you can add that. All right, definitely. You can add records. You get the data, it cannot add records. You can get the data from it, all right? So here, top LLM models. So we have many models which I don't read them. I'll share these documentations, like we have OpenAI GPT-4, and then uh, Google Gemini, and then the bird was converted to Gemini, and Gemini has Gemini Ultra, Gemini Pro, and then Google Palm. We have Google Palm 2 because it also developed by Google. I mean, this is very simple. OpenAI is organizations which created GPT-4 3.4. Google is organizations, you I hope know, it's Gemini, Bird, and Lambda language model for dialogue applications and Palm 2. So Meta, it's all a Llama model because that Llama was done by Meta AI. And Cloudy V1, it is developed by Anthropic Former, co-founded by OpenAI employees. Falcon, this is also good for AWS SageMaker. All those things we done. So here, and the next one, frequency asked questions. I hope everyone now you understood in detail, like what is large language model line. I mean, we trained vast amount of text data, LLM in AI. So this is most of them in AI. LLM refers to large language model. So GPT-3, it designed on natural language understanding. What are the best large language model we have, like GPT-3, GPT-4? How does LLM model work? LLM works by training multiple language data, learning patterns, relationship, enabling them to understand and generate human-like text. And I hope you know this. So top trending LLM applications, we have OpenAI GPT, uh, Meta, which is Facebook, Llama 2, and Google introduced Palm. So this is all the three, and I hope you can understood. And if you go to this folders, you can find out more informations. Like this is GPT-4. Just now we done DALI 3. When I do done some of generative AI practical before, so you can enter a text, and we created images using help of which one, Dali and Sora. So this is one of the pretty fantastic, which is um, we can say robo is trained on true. No, robo. See, that was different, buddy. So creating a video from text. So day by day, this is still it is in research right now. In US, my many of them are students are there. I think Cyrus also from one of my student, and he knows what is very. It's now the market is Gen AI and LLM. So creating video from text. Do you see this, guys? When you play this video, and so most of the Hollywood movies now the ramp up with lots of edit. I mean, many editor jobs is in trouble. So if you notice this one, let me expand. It's not a, so this is not an human who walk on a road. Actually, it's created by generative AI model like GANs and transformers, and all the transformers internal it's exactly look like, it's a, so that's what is the text prompt is given prompt. A stylish human walks down a Tokyo stream filled with warm glowing neon and animated citizen. I mean, she wear a black leather jacket. Look at this. That means a user enter this text. So similarly, what happened in organizations, if a client entered the prompt, so he gets some response from created by generative AI models, isn't it? So that's what, and also the Sora is becoming available to Red Teamer too, because there's many movies. I mean, in Telugu, it is some movies, Hanuman. I hope you heard about this one. They used Mid Journey to reduce the cost. It's a new producer. He don't have that much of, and he used the Mid Journey AI tools to get this one. And look at this. Look at the clarity based on the prompt, and look at the clarity here. Historic footage of California during gold rush. You have this one, and also this is all video created by your, I mean, text prompt to video. So here I can say GPT, it gives you text prompt to text, and DAL E2, it gives you text to image, and Sora, it gives you text to video. This is three differences, guys. And that's what OpenAI they spend into more into research phase. And that's what we try to LangChain and Hugging Face, all those things. So many people, I mean, many new things still. Many people say different way, but try to do a little more time to get into the reality pictures of this one. So we have still it is in research phase. So right now you guys has to be learn this to upskill in this one. Now, what exactly Gemini? I mean, in Gemini AI, so what happened? the difference between ChatGPT and Gemini, because when you when you deals with this part, what happened, guys? It can understand, use microphone, and you can also create this. So you can say like, okay, I will use my microphone and speak something, and then it will create a video. Let's say that I can say, can you draw a kid dance move? I just say, I enter a prompt, I speech, it listens. So Gemini is way advanced than OpenAI. So what it will definitely, it will show here is an image of dancer. So finally it is created, guys. Isn't it, guys? So generate more. When you say generate more, I mean, you can get, so based on, you can try your home and you can get this one as well. All right, guys. So similarly, also these we have plenty of things, and multiple of the companies are running to working on these LLM models, and new startups are increasing day by day to work with, to build with these LLM models. I hope understand. And next one. So what are the trending LLM applications we have? So slideshow from current slides. Just one moment. Okay. So sales automations, storytelling, candidate screening, transcriptions, preventing cyber attacks, sentiment analysis, just one moment, and code generations, translations, content creations, virtual assistant. So everyone go to Gen AI LLM. There is a reason. All right. So that's what everybody has to be work on this one. And this you need to be learn after learning machine learning, NLP, deep learning. Then you need to get back to this, guys. So if we talk of data science, we have supervised, unsupervised reinforcement learning, OpenAI, generative AI, and LLMs comes into the pictures, guys. So you have to cover this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and then you come to this part. So that's what many of them students are quit, because they are beginner, they're a little bit tough to understand because they're not done before, and the one who already in deep learning stage, things would be pretty clear. All right, guys. Now, let me close this and this one. And finally, this is what my some of the previous workshops on, wait. This is what some previous workshops for generative AI. You can follow that. And I try to introduce more things in through our channel, YouTube channel. So I want you to just follow that as well. And this is what applications, and this is all some of the references I can give you. You can also follow the Gen AI practicals. Uh, how long it will take a beginner to professionals? Okay, if I ask you, Hari, how long it will take you to math expert? It's YouTube link. This is all YouTube links as given, guys. And then if you understand this one, so the new batch starting from tomorrow. So if you want to enroll, please, you can refer to this Zoom link and attend. So this is a workshop which covered, but in the office, in the class, if you're non-technical, please attend. If you're non-technical, please attend offline. If you are non-technical, and please attend the offline classes, guys. All right. And I will guide you each and everything's many concepts changed to previous to now, because based on the situations, based on the market, we need to upgrade as well, even though I'm studying, guys, every day. So in IT industry, we have to study. Okay. Even though gap, yes, it is applicable because LLM jobs not created 6 years back. It is created next year onwards. But right now, LLM, we are searching phase. So it's the best step to get into this field. I hope understand, Mr. Nari. All right. So the new batch is starting from tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. So I want you to enroll this batch for in-depth step to more discussions about each and every points. Struggling. Yeah, that's true. Still, many people are getting to the model. So now it's Q&A time. So I hope I want you to repeat if you feel the sessions is very slow, you little bit YouTube, you can apply fast and then you can heard it. And my students, anyway, I can cover all those things in the classes as well. All right. So duration of the course is 4.5 months to 5 months. And in the meantime, so this is what 2 days, I mean, both available offline and online, guys. So this is what recording sessions is given. Okay. So you can refer to this, or you need to talk to the admin for that. Could you share the files, please? Okay. My admin will share the file for you guys. All right. The admin will share. Okay, Nishita. So ChatGPT is an application. So at that time we haven't included. We included now, Nishita. Okay. Yes. Cost. So Praveen, the cost is 18K without recording, 25K with recording. I think it's better you need to discuss with admin for that. Okay, Praveen. Fantastic sessions. Very good, Durga Prasad. How are you, buddy? Okay. Any questions? We'll open ended now. I'll speak with you. Applications. True, true. About IBM Watson. See, every company has their own product. IBM has Watson, and the way OpenAI had GPT. Okay, what kind of problem we solve? Just now I covered, Avinash. So one thing I said, let's say, what happened? Why every company follow with this LLM model? Let's say Avinash company. Let's assume you have your own company and you have 50 client. So to take care of 50 client, you need to assign 50 boss. I mean, maybe few managers to assign them or not. And whenever they want, they don't get. Can you tell me before ChatGPT and after ChatGPT, did you find any solutions, Avinash? You need to respond me. So Avinash, what I'm saying, before ChatGPT, now ChatGPT, do you find any solutions? Yes or no? Yes. What solutions we get? The speed, the accuracy, the prompt, immediately we solve the problems. And also, so accuracy. So now what happened in organizations, let's say you have a company, you have a 50 client, you cannot reach to them immediately, right? Because if Sunday comes, no client will reach to you, or maybe you guys will be on holiday mode. So what you do when you create your Avinash GPT, so this GPT trained by from your multiple databases, multiple agents, multiple clients, every information is given here. So this 50 client will more addicted to the GPT. So that's why your business will grows. That's why your business will grows. Yes, rapid response, isn't it? So which would definitely helpful for a the clients to be more success, and your end of the day your business is grows. See, that's what end of the story, whether you take a business or whether you take anything. My dictionary is money speaks in the world, isn't it? So we need to learn the new technology every day. So that's the is ML required to become a data analysis? No, yeah, it is required, Sanjit. Okay, the session awesome. Thank you. As data, is it good to enter to into LLM custom model or do I need to transitions? No, see, you can't decide, Rama Prasad, because company decide based your profile selected based on your experience. Difference between prompt engineering LLM model. Okay, so prompt in LLM model we create a prompt based on user requirement. In ChatGPT, how many prompts we have? Only one prompt. Understand, Sayed? But when you work with sometimes when you work with ChatGPT, you get two prompts like this, isn't it? Have you noticed that? So how do we create? Because prompt engineering LLM models, we create a prompt based on the user's requirement. Option to custom charge options through setup. Why you need to code? See, Praveen, all cars are automated car, right? But why we need manual car? Understand? We can get food from outside as well, but why we need to cook? Because you not get every time whatever you want. All right. During the class, have you covered Vertex AI? See, AI is many part. All right. So Vertex AI, see, you look for the job description, Srinivas. Based on the Vertex AI is a research platform again. So LLM. OpenAI, all are researchers. Many companies, they into R&D phase now. So I'm very new to this is mechanical with support non-technical. Yes, Venuta. So what happened? I'm trying to give you some of the backup videos. Can you please refer and then you join tomorrow's session? We'll talk. So how you are working? Yeah, I'm working in a permanent work from home. My permanent work from home because after COVID, a lot of things changed. So now I work with my client. I have directly rapport with my CEO and client. So yes, practically I'm working with my client because I am a leader. So I have like 20 to 25 members in my team. So I assign the work to them. So they work for me, Chandan. Gen full stack, advanced LLM codes. Akshay, right now, we don't started yet based on the registrations on LLM. We'll start a new batch maybe after 3 to 4 months. But definitely, I'll try to bring up a lot of practicals in upcoming classes, even though I do understand nowadays students do not have much patience. So they not sit 2 hours because when our time, when we studied 17 or 18 year back, we have to read the books and study. Now things becoming very easy. Yes, I do cover. So Hari, that's what I'm saying. Please try to listen. Can you talk about companies using LLMs for their use? Security. So Vamshi, when you say security, do you have IoT drivens like can you please log the key? When you speak automatic, the door is logged. So now can you tell me how exactly this model is helpful for you? Isn't it? So definitely it is try to implement each and every domains, guys. Security means, let's say for an you use Instagram and we talk to the terrorist, immediately your account is blocked, isn't it? So that comes under security implications. Are you guys getting my point? So when you work with, so there's a plenty of things. Srinivas, the class timings are from 10:30 a.m. to 12. You talk to the admin more about this, okay? Okay, good questions. Vector database. For LLM model, large language models, when you deals with the large language, we have images, we have text. So you need to store these databases into the vector format. So for that, there's a new, databases which is created to especially dedicated for these language models. When time comes, I'll introduce to the vector databases as well. So tomorrow link, please. I think you will, can you talk to the admin? You will get the link. Can I also get, of course, why not? Will help to list skill set for leadership role. Yes, leadership role comes from understanding, comes from experience. So you, without experience, nobody be leadership. YouTube link, please. You just click that. You just click that or take a photo. Can you provide YouTube links for your previous sessions? So Abhijit, okay, just one moment. I will just give me some time. I'll take to the folder locations and NIT. And then we have like, so workshops, right? Just one moment. I'll share this workshops and maybe I make a new folder, YouTube and log shots. So I'll post this one to you. So maybe you can find out this, guys. Okay. Just one moment. I'll copy and you will get this one. And today's video, you will get it by, please get it shared in WhatsApp group if possible. Yeah, WhatsApp community, the admin will share. Okay, guys. Yep. And everyone. Oh, I cannot post. But anyway, I try to share to you. I think you have access to share. Just one moment. I'll try to share. And so see guys, now the batches would more, we exclude R from our program and we added LLM and Gen AI and we introduced to large, especially I explain all the concepts. So next one, just one moment. I'll create. Let's done it. I shared to you. Can you please? Oh, okay. So I think I don't have access to it. So I think my admin will post. You can message him, guys. You can find out. All right. Yeah. Thank you. Yes. Okay. So you have. Yeah. So definitely, Praveen. So what happened? Because you need to reach a certain stage. You cannot be a developer for lifetime, right, Praveen? So you need to start up your own, and there's a multiple things you need to do, right? I hope understand. Admin details. I think the admin details once they post in the drive the admin details. 1 second, I will uh, then we'll talk to my NIT and okay, 10:30 a.m. Okay, please talk to the admin details here. I post to this contact. Okay, yeah, you can talk to them, guys. All right, and also, uh, yeah. So please attend tomorrow sessions and then we discuss. Cyrus, how are you? Yeah, after been long time. How is going on?
I'm good, sir. How are you, sir? It's always a pleasure attending your sessions. I would
Yeah,
say
yeah, yeah.
you're like a fountain of knowledge for me. I always come
Uh,
and learn every day. I come and
mm,
learn something new from you, sir.
Thank you. Very good. Excellent. And I think, did you transitions is done or any opening in your organizations or still it has to
Not
be?
yet, sir. Not yet. But I'm
Okay.
working on two or three other things there, but we can talk on later. I think
Sure, sure, sure. You can.
my question was
Mm,
that for today's session was, as you mentioned, you can chat with the LangChain and with OpenAI by using the API keys. So is it
yes.
possible to do data visualization as well? Because I know it's possible to do it in
Yes,
ChatGPT
it
4
is
directly.
possible when, yeah, it is possible when you combine LangChain, OpenAI, and Azure. So in
Okay.
organizations, what happened? I got one client from UK. So he's required his data sets is have same things. As I told you, he had a lot of client, and he wanted to integrate with LangChain with Azure because Azure you can visualize. I hope you've done Azure ML. You can see the visualizations part. We build ML
Yes,
model,
yes,
right,
we can do
Cyrus?
that. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can visualize in there, but you need to make the text into the embedding and the vectors, and then you can visualize. But you can do a text visualizations in that.
Yeah,
You
that
can
my
integrate
question
with
was like
Azure.
we can do it with only using LangChain with
Yes, yes,
OpenAI. You don't have
yes.
to like specifically use the Azure ML libraries and all that.
No, actually, so far I don't think so. You can visualize with the, but I'm also need to. I never done this before. I have to check this and get back to you.
Yeah, yeah.
To be honest.
No, I've seen the one when you do it in the ChatGPT 4. It has an option like
Mm-hmm.
you just give it the data, like an
Mm-hmm.
Excel table with the data and
Okay.
everything, and then just tell him to compare these two columns like by plotting a line chart, or if you want a bar chart or anything, you just
Yeah,
write a
but
comment.
GPT-4, yeah, but GPT-4 you can plot the images. Did you see here? Include
Yeah,
DALI. So that's all about. Again, you need to call the APIs again to do all the part. I think you will have visualization as well, and it never explored before, so I will do that as well.
yeah. And for
And
the
then
students, if for the students, like I want to just add on that the students can
please.
use a an application called data
Mm,
called Orange Data Mining. It can also
yes.
help them for the plotting and all that. You don't need a coding in that. If some non-technical people who are really feel like
Uh,
it's difficult for to directly go for the coding, so it will really help them. Maybe in the future classes you can give a session on that maybe.
yeah, but actually, what happens? See, that also the without coding, not nothing is possible. The salary won't
No,
grow.
no, I agree with you. I
So that's why.
100% agree with you.
Because without code, no salary grows. So Power BI also visualize. People go for that, not Tableau's grow. So again, I'd appreciate it to meet you again. So I hope everything is good. Still in US, Cyrus, or you back to?
Still in
Uh,
Canada, sir. Still in Canada.
oh, you. Oh, then you migrate to US because I think it's a long time. You can switch from there to there as well.
Yeah, I'm planning to, but we'll see how it goes.
Good.
It was really
Okay.
nice
Thank
talking
you.
to you, sir. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. All right. So I'm complete lost. How to start coding use transformer, how to solve a small use case text summarizations. Okay. I will see very easy, Gangadhar. I will have one sessions on text summarizations. I think I haven't done that before. Maybe in next week I'll planning to do that, or maybe you can attend some sessions. Okay, Chandan, I'll accept it. No problem. I will take your accept, and I will accept everybody's the one who share me now. Accept, accept. Okay, thank you. Any questions? If not, then I think we're done for today. And I hope you like the sessions. And yes, guys. See, in NareshIT, Hari, in NareshIT, what you do, you can come back to the classes. The mentors are there. You can talk to me on live. We'll work on your projects, and we can work many more things in that. All right, you can talk to me immediately, or you can also, we have a nice lab. So all the part you can do that. All right. So you ask a questions like what is difference between house and hotel. Yeah. Such as US guidance. Yeah, already. Yeah. Nishita, I said, can we connect with you? Regan. Yeah, see guys, I am not because I'm already shared my connections to my students where to. How about lab? So lab, we already maintain lab in Amirpet and KPHB. So you can come back to meet me. All non-technical team, you has to be come to offline and practice. It's going to be changed. I promise you. I'll available in the lab and you can talk to anyone. My mentors are there and it's fantastic. Now the situations was changed from now to this. So there's everything is, there's a lot of improvement because the market is changed. Tech market is keep growing and we have to grow and we have to study. Yes, guys. So there's no options. Being an IT professionals, we need to study till the day last. So that's very simple. And the moment when you stop study, the financial stopped, the money flow it stopped. Very simple. I hope understand. Yeah, true. That's true. What about cloud AI? You see, you can't learn everything together. Yes, one of the first you placed, you get offers, and then we try to learn one by one. 19 support, how can I fresher or how? So Hari, I want you to, can you connect to my last 2 days recording? And then yes, it is possible because Hari, I'll tell you one answer. For 13 years back, we don't have AI. Am I correct? So 13 years back, we don't have AI, and just it's yes. So you can say 13 years you started working in IT, and now you certified because once you learn under us, we give you certifications. I'll tell you some of the certified, how to certified from Microsoft, Google, TCS, and we have all the certifications. Sir, at which branch KPHP you will be able, both will these codes help in clearing? Yeah, when previous 2 days recording, you need to talk to the admin and you say, I need recording sessions for Senapathi, sir. So you will get all the details. And when you can come and meet me, we'll talk. Even though the batch is complete, you can come and meet me. I'll available for lifetime. All right. Is the day 2 sessions tomorrow? Yeah, day 3 sessions tomorrow. So the first day it's just introductions, what is all about it. So I hope it's better you talk to the admin, they will guide you. Okay, Srinivas? Okay. Any questions, guys? Unmute you, Raghavendra.
Hi, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
See, my question is, OpenAI is just a platform to give answers to the clients. I have a application with with Microsoft under Microsoft. I can consume
Okay.
API, Open APIs in Microsoft like the ASP.NET applications or only Python.
No. You can integrate, but you have to pay for that. OpenAI is not a free.
Yeah, OpenAI is not a free. See,
Yeah.
like I can consume right in other languages also. Why
But
why
what
Python
exact?
only? Why particularly Python is using when I
Wait.
practice when I join the courses
No,
also.
because Python has very good questions. Python had such a rich library, Raghavendra. For example, all the transformers is architectures available in that library. So that's what. No, it's not that Python. Let's say company also use GenAI in Java. Company also use .NET in Java. I'm not saying Python you can do it. As people are learning non-technical, they migrate. The amount, if a non-technical students, if they learn Java, it has to be spend more time compared to Python because it's less code. So they can do easily. But if organizations say you can work integrate with Java with OpenAI, you have to do that. So that's why everybody has to integrate to the GenAI based on the company. I hope understand. Yeah, let's unmute you.
Yeah, I understood, but we can use the .NET also to
Yes. You can go .NET also. Yes, you can. You can. It's
okay.
not only mandatory Python because we integrate to the Python. The reason being,
See, why I'm asking this question, sorry for interrupt.
I
See,
understood.
everybody, if I want to move data science, means first you have to learn the files that because I lost
True.
10, 12 years, I have been with the .NET
Definitely.
team.
Agavendra, I'll tell you very simple example. If I want to drive my four-wheelers, I have to learn what is clutch, what is brake, and all those things, isn't it? So that's a basic. Why Python? Because if you want to learn Python, the more libraries are, that's what Python is good for data science and APIs engineer because all the practical integrate to that. So
Okay.
AI is what? It's a application. So you write backend with any code. You can write with Python code. You can write with Java code. I'll give you small task. For
See, for
example,
example,
mm,
today exam with whatever
mm,
explain example, there is no
mm.
much Python models use. Only use the API, Open API related.
Exactly. So because OPI, so we use Python, we use OpenAI. So as new library introduced large language model, so it is LangChain. It is developed not 5 years back. It is developed recently because of the LLM application. So as we integrate to LLM with OpenAI, things would be pretty workout. But you can check in Java. Do you have that package? Can you check? Or .NET, do you have some like package like that? The way you can integrate.
LLM is the OpenAI related library, right? Not the Python.
I'm sorry, please go ahead.
LLM is the OpenAI library, right? Not the Python library.
No. See, LLM is a model. It's not library. Large language model is a applic. For example, Chat GPT is a model or library.
Model. Okay, model. We can call model.
Chat GPT is a applications. Chat GPT is an applications. What is applications? I'll speak, Chat GPT responds me. That's an applications, isn't it? So what happened in that applications in the back end, we develop LLM model. What is the LLM model? The same way we talk to the machines with the LangChain framework and we ask questions, the machines response.
Okay.
I hope understand.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, Vivek, unmute you after learning this code. Santosh, you can go and check kaggle.com.
Yeah, so I would like to ask, will there be any evening batch? Because currently I work for Infosys, so morning batch
Okay,
is
good.
possible
So
for me.
evening batch, maybe we're gonna. I will start up around maybe I think 6 p.m. batch about to close. You need to contact with admin, or maybe you need to check with our portal where you can find out.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Vivek. All right, so thank you so much for your time, guys. And hi, sir, I want you to write certifications. Can you suggest best certifications? Nishita. So sir, only online classes practice. Yes, possible. Online class, we do provide a mentor to you, Venu. So the team will active, the link will active from morning to till evening. You can sit down and you can talk to them, so they will help you on all the part. So completed A night certification. Just want to know. See, Nishita, if you work in professionals, then whether you take certifications or not, my end goal is to get an interview and crack it and get in package. That's what end goal. Yes, if you fly to out of the market abroad, then we go for a certifications. We can find syllabus, of course. Ahmed, I think, wait. Can you connect to the admin? I shared you the number, right, guys? Nishita, I hope understand. Expected package. See, Venu, if your package is 3 lakhs, your expected package is 6 lakhs. Now, in the 1 year, you change 3 companies, your package is, I think it's of course grows when you apply for jobs. Once you learn, now also you can apply. You see, you don't need to ask these questions, Venu, because you've done college, you can apply jobs. Who can stop you? No, you don't say that, I will learn first and apply job. You can apply job, guys. In my session also, I'm telling to everyone, you don't need to wait till my session is complete. You can apply jobs in 3 times. I'll keep giving the projects and you work on it. I hope understand what I'm trying. Okay, you stayed as US. Okay, so you have you can apply for Microsoft and TCS, and you can apply with Google and LinkedIn. All certifications is valid. Okay. Freelancing possible, sir. First, are you into coding before? Are you into freelancing possible? Yes, why not? Freelancing possible, but the guy who give you freelancing job, do you think he will pay you or not? That's you need to check. Many scam is going on in the market, isn't it, Venu? Yeah, you work, you're dedicated to the work, but that guy if not provide, so it's not your mistake. But yes, I also showed you some of you can refer to kaggle.com and you can understand. Okay, thank you so much. Very informative sessions. Very good. Very good. Due to fresher, I'm not getting any call. You not getting call means change the profile. Because your call is you haven't done and nobody has guided you well. That's what. See, every day learning a new things from you. Thanks a lot for these wonderful. Thank you, Avinash. Yeah. Avinash, I know you will get offer very soon. You come and meet me in the lab. We will discuss a lot. Okay. How can I reach you? So you can come to NareshIT and you can meet me. So I will available. You can come back and talk. Okay. Yeah. Avijit, unmute you.
Good morning,
Take it
sir.
right hand. Good morning, guys. So just, yes, please.
Sir, first of all, thank you for the session.
Hmm.
Sir, can you please once again share the YouTube link of your previous sessions of NLP?
So Abhijit, what I try to say is, can you talk to the, okay, just one moment. I will share, but I have this one. And how do I? You go to the NareshIT video, you get my all details over there. You go to
Okay, sir.
NareshIT, okay, Vijit, and then you can click on videos and you mention my name, you'll get all these information.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. All right. All right, guys. I hope I stop here and I hope, thank you to attend the session till end, because I know every time I says, because in the school, 100 people will there, but at the end, only 3 people will be first division. Similarly, every sessions, you will be like that because it's not kind of any promotion, something like that, guys. So in the sessions also, please attend the sessions and get more educated, get more offers and increase your salaries. And you can meet me in the classes and we have in-depth discussions over there. Okay, thank you and happy weekends, everyone. And what are the pre-curricular mathematics skill that taught? Okay, prerequisite. First, you listen the 2 days recording. Okay, Vivek, I will post the recordings here. And just one moment. Okay, I have, I think, 1 day. You can listen this in 1 day. You can understand all those things. Okay, what are the prerequisites required? I'll post this. Enter. There's no prerequisites, Vivek. You just attend my sessions. Everything I explain you in depth. Thank you, guys. See you on session. And thank you. Have a good week. And thanks for your time, guys. And thank you for your time to attend the session. Have a great week ahead. Goodbye. Day 2 link, you refer to the admin. Okay.